Good morning, everyone. Good morning from Los Angeles. What is it? It's Trading with Sergio, Wednesday edition, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Welcome to the live stream. If anybody wants to join, here's the link. Please grab the link and come on. All I ask is you're in a quiet place with a good internet reception so we don't get it cut off. Welcome. A lot going on, right? Massive sell-off yesterday after Martin Luther King Day that we were off on Monday. And today we tried to bounce. Not so much, but we'll see how the day ends. Sell-off ensued. Crypto is in the shit house. Bleeding on the position on the BMNR, BMNU, as we know. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm trying to protect myself with cover calls, but then not a huge fan of that. But then when something is $4 or $5 and they're giving you $1 for a month out, you take those and you manage until you say goodbye. And at some point you will, hopefully with profits. I mean, I know a lot of people are stuck in these things, but it is what it is. So what's going on? Greenland issue obviously made a huge impact yesterday. Looked like a replay of the April Liberation Day tariff musical chairs, whatever. And Trump is in Davos. Let's see what kind of reaction he gets. He started the war again, the tariff war with the European Union. He's dead on serious about this Greenland issue. So, I mean, I haven't thought much about it, but I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing. Well, I hope they know what they're doing. So, reaction yesterday was horrible. Everything got sold off. There is not one thing that didn't get. Even my 52-week high list got sold off. Although my 52-week high list today is ripping higher. So, it goes to show that you have to be in outperformers as opposed to underperformers. For example, HIMS is under 30 today. So a lot of people on X could go HIMS. Okay, well, HIMS stock's down 60% from all-time high, while the market's down 1%, 2% from all-time high. Okay, where is that stock going to be if the market sells off another 10%? Lower, guaranteed. Mag 7 is doing horrible. I'll go through it. Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Meta, they're all under NVIDIA. They're hanging in there, but they got sold pretty heavily yesterday. Apple is very surprising to me that it's already down to its 200-day moving average. Usually those kind of things don't happen, and it's still down today. Down a little bit yesterday. It was down like $8, $9. But what happens is that when the sell-off comes, institutions who are active, they try to sell the most liquid stuff. What is the most liquid stuff, right? Mag 7. Netflix earnings came out. I sold some more puts today. I want to establish a position between 80, 85 in my long-term portfolio on that one. Hopefully I'll get a sign. I sold the February 88 before the earnings for 3.5. I think stock's about 83, so I sold them at 355, so my cost basis is going to be about 84.5 range. And I sold the 83s this morning for $3, so that's going to be 80. So then I'll accomplish my goal of establishing a position between 80 and 85. It'll be my fifth stock in the port. UPS is nicely up today, which is one of the stocks. Long Lululemon, I'm long Kava, and Google. So yeah, that's where we are. I'll show the trading account. It's bleeding. I was up 16% the first 2 weeks, and I don't think it'll be there at the end of the week. But hey, it's a long-term process. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. The major, obviously, killer in there is the DATS and BMNR, BMNU, the 2X ETF of it, ASST. Every time they bounce, I go like, let me take the loss and get out. No, and drain equity. It's just a, I don't know. It's just a losing game. But then they've been in the account for a while, so and I don't think they can go any lower. Well, they could go lower, but the positions I have cannot go lower with their option positions. So we'll see. We'll see how do we manage that one. At some point, it turns into like an ATM machine kind of a thing. So if your cost basis is low enough on these things, the premium they're offering are immense, even on a 30-day out monthly basis. So all you have to do is just sell a few cycle of calls and lower your cost basis. See, on these, I'm okay with covered calls. On the rest of the stuff, no. But a lot of stocks reversed today. They were pretty strong green, such as Affirm and Oklo and things like that. They're all red. Look, the selling is there. And I do have some put debit spreads left on SPY. Just got to wait our time on that. 690, 680. Both sides are in the money at the moment. Just got to wait. And the problem with put debit spreads, call debit spreads, is that unless you're doing them daily, they're not going to get to max gain probably last couple 3 days of the cycle, and therefore you just need to be patient. And I think I got in about 260, sold some at 350, 360. They got back to 260. Now they're up to 4.5, 5. Some people say, why don't you take the double? It's a kind of a hedge because I'm long other things in the account, but they're worth 10. And who knows where the SPY is going to be by February 20th. It could be 650. It could be 710. I don't know. But we'll wait. We'll have to see. We'll have to manage it. And I'm long a few things. I'm looking to buy a few things. I'm definitely going to make sure that I have adjusted and amended everything that I need to do with the 52-week high list. I mean, the way I'm looking at it is for put sellers, it's a dream. Because these stocks, all they do is they correct, and then they make 52-week highs. What's it good for a put seller? Well, yeah, stock going sideways or higher. Unlike you go sell puts on Oracle, let's say. Oracle had a horrible last few days. I mean, the stock looked like it was bouncing from 160, 165, got up to 205, right back down. Just got to be careful with these put sellers, folks, because there's a lot of people on X that they put out information. In fact, I shared it with my chat group the other day. There was a fool that put out, his rules. He goes, on down days with RSI down below 30 on a stock, you sell the put. I'm like, okay, this fool doesn't understand that RSI being at 30 doesn't mean it's really oversold, and oversold stays oversold, and overbought stays overbought, especially. And then he goes, and then don't look at it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Where would you be if you sold puts on a lot of these names, man? You're like, I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, so let's take care of some business. So this week's schedule, Friday, I'll have Power Hour with Sergio at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I do 3 live streams for the general population or subscriber base. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, put a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, supposedly. Every Monday, Wednesday, trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Every Friday, Power Hour. Concluding the week, trading Power Hour with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm the most transparent person on YouTube or X as far as posting positions, when the winners, gains, losses. I post my positions in the community page of the YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I do post them daily at the end of the market close for my members. If you would like to become a member, please click join, send me an email, sergio@sergioavadian.com, and I'll send you a Telegram chat group link. They get my trades live. Again, none of this is trading, financial, or investment advice. What I do is very risky. And do your own due diligence. And so they get the trades live. They get the full account positions at the end of the day. This year, I added another perk, which is they get the account equity every week at the Friday after the close. They know where I started. They know where the account is. Full transparency. I'm going to do the same thing, but only once a month for the regular subscribers. I'm going to post it on the community YouTube page. Look, there's a lot of folks out there who only put their winners out. Look at me. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not in a race with anyone. I'm in a race with the market. I'm in a race with myself. And I hope everybody does well. So let's chat a little bit about the world order. Greenland seems like it's a hot topic. For me, actually, that's really not the issue. The big issue for me, which I've been talking to my members group and on the YouTube channel, is the JGB rate, Japanese government bond rates. They are skyrocketing, folks. They're about to hit 4%, all-time history high, not just all-time high in their history. That will break stuff. You guys need to be really, really careful with that. And I know most people don't pay any attention to that stuff, but what happened yesterday, right? Well, what happened yesterday? JGB rate shot up. Our rate shot up. Our rates are actually higher today than when the Fed started cutting rates last September on the 10-year, 20-year, and 30-year. Consequently, mortgages don't come down. Credit card interest rates don't come down. You know, the government can say all they want about lower interest rates or wanting lower interest rates. Wanting and achieving are two different things. I don't think they're going to be able to, because the bond market is not controlled by the Fed or the Treasury or anybody else. The bond market is so large between corporate, treasuries, you know, all different types of bonds. There's hundreds of trillions of dollars debt sloshing around the world, okay? Trillions. And that cannot be controlled by the Fed or the Treasury, U.S. Treasury. We can't even control our own. Forget about the rest of it. So my thing is, please be careful. The market's sensing it. I think market sold off yesterday more than because of what happened in Greenland or tariff, you know, tariff part 2, tariff war part 2. You guys got to watch that. I mean, you can do that yourself. Also look at the yen-dollar exchange rate. Dollar is getting extremely strong against the yen. That's why the yen JGB rates, you know, Japanese bond rates are shooting up. They are in an inflationary cycle. They're not raising rates. In fact, they're doing more stimulus. I don't know what's going on, but I'm very, very cautious about what's going on there. And that will break stuff, because there's a lot of massively leveraged funds who have put on carry trades. I've talked about the carry trade. I don't want to go through it. You know, carry trade is you borrow in Japan at 0 and then invest at 5% around the globe. That's gone. Japanese rates are, well, the new carry trade has been dead for a while. You cannot put new positions on because their rates are going up 3%, even on the 5-year JGB. So you can't borrow at 3 and invest in the US at 4. So, but a lot of it went into equities, right? They borrowed at 0 and 10x leverage and then came and bought NVIDIA with it. Well, be careful, folks. I'm not saying that, but that's the canary in the coal mine for me. So I watched that really closely. I watched the Japanese yen, US dollar exchange rate. Things will break if their bond rates shoot up as fast as and as hard as they're doing. Something will break. I don't know when, I don't know if, but not if, I don't know when, but it will break. And market is sensing a lot of these things. You know, that's why we had the massive rally in the morning, sold off, right? So selling is there. It's undeniable. A lot of the Max 7. The other thing that people are talking about is, like, I already put my prediction for 2026. I don't think indexes are going anywhere for the next couple of years because indexes have been pushed up all this way with 10 stocks, right? Since the S&P 500 is a market cap weighted index, you know, it's just ruled by NVIDIAs and Teslas and Apples and Googles and Metas and Microsofts. And those are the top 10 stocks that have the most weighting. The rest 490 don't mean that much, really. But then if those don't go, those are the generals. If those don't go, indexes cannot go higher. So I believe next couple of years is going to be a stock picker's market. And I'm going to position myself correctly for it, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, you know, things yesterday were absolutely horrendous, and crypto absolutely just took it into, you know, where they you know, they looked like they were kind of bouncing. You know, Bitcoin goes up to 94K, sells off to 87, 88K. Obviously, they're volatile, right? Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum rallies to 3,200 and right back to 27, 2,800. Either they're basing or this is just another ledge to fall off of. And if that happens, God help people with BMNR, because a lot of people are still talking Tom Lee's book. I'm like, BMNR, and have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Most of them, anyway, because they don't pay attention to multiple net asset value. They don't pay attention to anything else. They just go, Tom Lee said so, it must be correct. I'm like, bro, Tom Lee is great, but Tom Lee is a human. And Tom Lee, that can't control what happens to Ethereum price. You know? So when Ethereum goes, so will BMNR. Either direction. Look at what happened to BMNR the last 3 days. A couple of days, 3 days. BMNR, you know, Ethereum sells off from 3,200, 3,300 to 2,800. You know, that's about 10%. BMNR down 25%. And MNAV on BMNR is getting crushed. It's only maybe down to pretty close to 1, if not just a touch above 1. And I mean, you just gotta, if Ethereum goes up, BMNR will go up. If Ethereum goes down, BMNR will go down more than Ethereum will go down. And that's it. I mean, you know, people are just kind of stuck with this ideology that because Tom Lee's involved, it's going to be great. I'm like, no. Just like Michael Saylor. Look at the other one. Look at MSTR. Where's that at? 450 high. It's about meandering around 160. I mean, that's down 70%, 65%. While Bitcoin is down 20%. Why is that? That's because it's called the MNAV crush. MNAV is getting crushed. So people don't understand any of this shit, and then they just put some dumb shit on X. And I'm going like, I shouldn't even engage because what's the point? But then these people have 50, 100, 150,000 followers on X. I feel for retail because people think these fools know something. They don't know shit. They don't even understand it. Or they look like they don't understand it. I don't know. I mean, you know, they just keep saying the same thing. They draw chopsticks on BMNRs. They go, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. BMNR is not going to do anything. If Ethereum doesn't move, BMNR is not going anywhere. Ethereum is the dog, BMNR is the tail. And BMNU is the tail of the tail. That's another disaster story in itself. So I did a quick 0DT day trade today. I bought some options at 31 cents, sold them at 37, 38 cents. I like those 0DT quick trades. You know, made some lunch money. You know, I'm testing it through Quant Data. Shout out to their hat. They sent me a hat. Thank you, William. And yeah, there's a point in trading 0DTs when VIX picks up on a day trade basis anyway. So yeah, I'll look into it. It's in my arsenal, but I don't have the time really to just be glued in front of the screen trying day trade. Not my thing. I did all of that in the past. I figured, okay, for me, for my lifestyle, for other things that I do, which is 10 different plates I'm trying to spin. The only thing is swing trading. You know, you take a position, and this year that got adjusted. By the end of the month, I'll have it fully done. You know, just got to be an automatic, man. You got to trade things when they get there. Patiently wait. 3 Ps, remember. Patience, position, and planning. And you just wait. Wait for your turn. You know, no FOMO, no YOLO here, folks. So what else? Not much. Okay, so let's see. Luis, good morning. Luis always gets better pricing than I do. I don't know how. For some reason. You know, all my members know that I'm like at least 24 to 48 hours early, so they wait and then they buy everything at a better price than I do. Sickening. Mike, good morning. Mike is probably having a cigar already. I don't know what's going on there. It's like, Doug, good morning. Traveler, Manny P, good morning. So what else we got to talk about? Should we go to positions and see where the market's at? Okay, we can do that, I guess. Okay. I'm sure you guys can see this. Let's look at those SPXs. So 68.75 are the ones I bought and sold. 25 of them, no big deal. Yeah, they're back down to 25, 30 cents. So they move quick, but you got to take advantage of it. Otherwise, time decay is obsolete. Data crush is happening as we speak. But we'll see next time around. If I'm gonna do it again, I'll do it with the 6850s. So this is SPX. Actually, let's go to the positions first. ASST still have the leaps, bleeding the account dry. I mean, they're down to 7-8 cents, 12-15 cents. They're not going to go that much lower. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So what did I do? I have a position in BMNU, 3,500 shares long. My cost basis is way below what TOS shows because I've been selling calls and puts, expiring worthless. I did a couple of cycles. Luckily, I did them again. With the February calls, I sold 6, 7, 8 calls, $1.50 for the 6s, $1.13 for the 7s, 87 cents for the 8s, and they're down to 40, 50 cents already. So I'm like, okay, they expire worthless. I lowered the cost basis about another 80 cents, 85 cents. Stock is down to 447. I sold some puts today and yesterday. I sold some 4 puts at $1.07, and I sold some 5 puts yesterday at $1.07, and I sold some 4 puts today at 60 cents. I don't mind getting assigned another 1,500 shares. I am long 65 February 30s on CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines. I'm long 40. I should have taken my break even on that. I'm long 40 Open Door. February 6s at $1. Took profits on this one yesterday. Still have 10 left. Probably should have taken all of it. I have it for sale at 50% gain, but probably not going to happen. PEPG PepGen had a big pop yesterday, about 14%. These are all from the 52-week high list. When they get to where they get to, I'll just execute. I was long 30 lots. Now I'm only long 10. We had bought them average about, I think it was $1. We sold a whole bunch yesterday, about 155 to 170 range. You got to take those, folks. So this is the SPX trade that I did. So we can minimize that because that's done. I don't know. I think I made a couple $100. Nothing big deal. So this is the put debit spread that I have. So index is at 680 SPY. These are 690, 680 PDS, but debit spreads. I paid $2.60 range for it. And they're, let's see, they're about 4 and 430. So it's, almost a double. But they're worth 10, right? Because even the short side is at the money and long side is deep in the money, 679, 899. So if we wait, we're already at max gain. But then who knows where so if SPY is 680 or below, they'll be worth 10. So they're worth waiting. I'm long some options on WE, Wave Life Sciences. I was long 80 down to 20, took profits there. And last but not least, I'm long 2,500 shares of ZSL. I think silver and gold, what they have done has gone ridiculous, parabolic. ZSL is a 2x inverse ETF of SLV. I'm long 2,500 shares. My average cost 5, actually, not 538, but took in 16 cents on a strangle last cycle. So 524. Stock is 282. I'm selling strangle again on it. The threes this time, trying to do. I did 15 of them. I'll do another 10 of them somewhere at some point. I did those at $1.04, $1.05. So this is a $2.80 stock, folks. So $1.04, $1.05. I did the 3-3 strangle, 3 calls, 3 puts for February. I don't mind getting assigned another 2,500 shares, 3 minus the $1.05, which is $1.95, or get called away at $4.05. Purely profitable. These are the things that I'm talking about. I'm not against selling cover calls on these types of things. When something is 3-4 and they're offering you $1 for a month out, you got to take that. You cannot say no to any of that. And I'd rather do that than do mostly directional stuff. But both have a space and time and place in my heart and my mind, and you just got to execute when they get there. So that's where we are in the trading account. I'll post these actually on the community page of the YouTube channel today at probably latest by 1:30 p.m. Pacific. Let's go to look at some charts. Would you guys look at some charts? If you have any questions, please post them. This is SPX. We're rolling over. We're close under 50 EMA. Where is the 50 SMA? Sometimes we go do that. instead of EMA. I watch EMA, but I also have, yeah, actually we closed below 50 EMA and 50 SMA yesterday. 200 is way down here somewhere. That's about 64.75. God knows where stocks will be if that happened. Let's put it back to the normal stuff that I watch. Okay, so we opened higher. I in fact put it on the chat yesterday. I go, probably open higher and then sell off, and that's exactly what happened. So still hanging in there. It looks like it's kind of rolling over, but indexes are not going to go anywhere. Here's the point that I'm trying to make. With the Mag 7 or Mag 10, whatever you want to call it, being in the doghouse, they all are in the doghouse, okay? Specifically Apple, acting really, really horribly weak. I mean, we're trying to hold here at 200 EMA. We're right on it. And last time we went through it, we bounced back to it, and then April crash happened, obviously. But 200 EMA on Apple doesn't get violated that easily, but stock is on a solid sell signal, no question. MACD under 0, lower lows, I wouldn't touch it. Lower lows, lower highs. Stock was 288 high, we're at 245, down about 45 points, about 18-20%. And here's the best one is Google. I own Google in my long-term port from way down below. Here's Microsoft. This is way under 200 EMA. I mean, these are, actually, I'm kind of surprised that the indexes are holding as well as they are, with these stocks selling off the way they are. Microsoft 52-week high is 550, and we're at 440. That's 25%. There's Amazon. Yeah, it's coming down to the 200 EMA. And that I will probably give it a crack with the 2X ETF. Here's Tesla. I'm not sure if it's in the MAC 10 or I'm pretty sure it is. 498 high, we're down to 426, 424. Here's Nvidia. Nvidia is the same price as it's been the last 6 months ago. So either this is a massive top or this is a ledge that we're going to fall off of, or we're going to take off. So we'll see. It's been going sideways for months now with a little pop to 212 down to 180. Here's Palantir, again sideways, going down to retest to 200. I mean, these are looking all toppy to me, but again, when it's looking like this, they'll probably turn. Here's everybody's love hood, retesting the 200 EMA. Look, 200 EMA is not a joke, okay, folks? That's the last stand that these stocks need to make. And yeah, you cannot ignore it when something goes below 200 EMA. A lot of institutions do watch that, actually. So patience, you just got to wait for your spot. I mean, on X, there were a bunch of fools the other day. It's like, oh, I sold on 120 puts on hood. And like, yeah, they're worth 15. Now you sold them for 3. Now what are you going to do? Now you're going to get a sign. Do you have the money to take it? And they go, I'll just buy and sell calls on it. I'm like, yeah, who gives a shit? I'm not going to do it. But anyway, so some other names, a lot of the rocket stocks or space stocks have been shooting up. Today they're kind of crashing, but they've gone up so much. It's expected. Here's ASTS, down big today, down about 12 points, but it's just kind of pulling back into support. Here's Rocket Lab. Yeah, that's pulling back 20 EMA. I should pay attention to these, actually. And here's Planet Labs. Yeah, that's also, they're all pulling back. So here's, let's just jump to silver and gold. Here's silver. I mean, what is there to say? I'm taking a counter trend position here. So, a lot of silver stocks, just parabolic. Here's Hecla. Actually, I should short that thing. Here's Hecla. Here's Pan American Silver. Oh, it's actually down for the day. Okay. Here's HYMC. Is that red yet? Yep. Oh my God. That's down 3. Okay. Silver is still hanging in there. Here's gold. New high today. About 48.50. Is it going to get to 5,000? Unquestionably. Is it on this leg? I'm not sure. I do feel like these are gone way above to where they should be technically anyway. So a mean reversion kind of a trade I put on with ZSL. If SLV corrects to about 75, ZSL will be about 3.5 probably, and then it'll be all good. Yeah, these things are so far above 20 EMA, 50 EMA, they're so overbought that once in a while I'll do this kind of counter trend trading. it works. You got to be patient with it. You know, what else? Here's HIMS. I think it's under 30 now. Oh gosh, solid 28.50. Holy crap. Well, last stand. It's under the 200 EMA. It's been under 200 EMA. Death cross happened. Last stand, maybe 24. I don't know. Honestly, you know, I really, let me see the 3-year. Yeah, there's support right about here. Actually, I'll probably give it a shot at 24 myself for a bounce play. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Keep an eye on it. You know, a lot of stocks are skyrocketing, like chip stocks through the roof. AMD, for example, Micron, right? Analog devices, just beautiful, beautiful charts. TSMC, Taiwan Semi, actually, that's kind of pulling back a little bit. A lot of the chip equipment makers are going nuts, such as AMAT and Lam Research. All 52-week highs. Just trade these, folks. Trade what's strong. Don't catch falling knives. It's just not going to work. And oil stocks are doing fine. I'm not going to put any of the 52-week high list, you know, that I look at. That's for the members. But all I know is if you're a put seller, you should be selling puts on stocks like this. This morning, Trump in Davos said we're very big on nuclear. All the AI power generators that had anything to do with nuclear rallied, and there's solid selling in those, such as Oklahoma opened at 100, we're at 87. Nano-nuclear, same thing. Open at 33. Reversal day. SMR, same thing. New scale power, you know, they're all red already. So the other ones are IREN. Everybody loves IREN. Huge down day. NBIS. Yeah, rolling over. CIFR, same thing. These are the AI power generators, supposedly. They're just going sideways. Here's some of the dead quantum computing stocks. Rigetti, right back to 200 EMA. That's just kind of hanging in there by a thread. Same thing with ION, NQ. Just all the groups are just selling off, man. So what is there to say? Just gotta be careful. I'll just stick with my 52-week high list, and there's some beautiful charts in there. So, you know, just trade those. I don't need to trade what everybody else is trading. Just because they're fashionable, don't mean anything to me. A lot of, you know, one of my members is a decent position in PayPal. He was saying like, PayPal is cheap. Yeah, I agree, it's cheap. PayPal is selling what it was selling in 2017, but there's a reason PayPal is at 53 or 55, right? I mean, I don't know. I can't make myself buy these things. But then he said, then why are you doing it on Netflix? I don't think you can compare Netflix to PayPal. Yeah, we're definitely going to get a sign. Thank God. Yeah. So, I mean, Netflix has to make a stand here at 80. If not, then it's going lower. Stock 135, stock is 83. You know, stocks only don't go up, folks. When a fool says stocks only go up, they don't go up. So this is Netflix. It's back to this level here. If they don't hold 80, next stop is going to be 70, obviously. But then, you know, I'll accumulate a position between 80, 85, and we'll see where it goes. You know, where are these put sellers on Oracle? I want to talk to them. Making 52-week low today. You know, 345 high, stock is cut in half exactly now. 175. Here's BMNR. If anybody draws another fucking line on this and says it's a wedge, it's this, it's double top, bottom, whatever, I'm gonna mute that person. I don't like blocking people. And so it's EBMNR, and here's MSTR. I don't know what they're seeing in these. I mean, I'm not sure. These things move with BTC and ETH. And here's Ethereum right there. It's going to retest the low. And if they take that out, God help us all with BMNR, well, especially me, BMNU. I mean, you know, numbers are simple. Numbers don't lie. If Ethereum goes down, BMNR is going to go down more. If Ethereum goes up, BMNR is going to go probably dollar for dollar, percentage for percentage. That's about it. That's it. That's where we are. So, yeah, if you guys have any ideas about stocks, let me know. I was looking at Dollar Tree to buy. Yeah, it's on 20 EMA. Looking at Sienna. Yeah, that's coming down to the 50 EMA. We'll probably put on a trade there. There's many stocks in there that I like. This one I really like a lot. NXT. Yeah, just building a bull flag. That's just going to take off. I don't know. I don't want, again, none of this is trading financial advice. Here's Axel that broke out. So you trade these types of names. There you go. Just broke out at 6.5. Stock is 8.5. I don't know. I'd rather trade that than HIMS for sure. Trade, I said trade. You know, I don't want to hold bags. Anyway, yeah, Garmin Carnival, CCL. 22. So I mean, it should bounce from here. We should bounce. We should at least get a bounce about 30 here. And then, we'll get out with our head together. Open door. I'm not a huge fan of the gas down 7 cents. Yeah, garbage. It's in this channel, so I gave it a shot. It didn't work. I'll probably take my L and get the heck out of Dodge there. One that I've been watching, PLAB. Yeah, this thing is about to just go nuts, it looks like to me. How much are the 40s? A couple days ago, 40s had traded massively. And then today's stock is moving. Feb 40s. Oh, 3,700 traded on 2,900 open interest. They're almost a buck. 90 cents to $1.10. It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens to the open interest tomorrow on that. That's big volume right there for this stock anyway. For something that's $5 out of the money. I do like the chart though. So that wasn't my 52-week high list, by the way. So, a lot of these rocket stocks or space stocks are to be bought probably on this pullback, which is fine. I'll take a look at them, especially PL or ASTS or Rocket Lab. Boeing has been doing well, 52-week high. A lot of bank stocks are doing really, really well for some reason, although they've been rolling over for the past week or so, like Bank of America's, and yeah, that's kind of rolling back. JP Morgan, yeah, they're all kind of, they're actually neutral at best. Yeah, there's 10,000 stocks. You guys don't have to trade what people trade on YouTube or X. And that's all I can say. Find your own needle in a haystack. So where is SPX now? What time is it? 10:30? Yeah, we have something going on there. Not really. I mean, we're just going to be going sideways. I don't know what NBC is today. Most valuable contract. 68.75. Bought them at 31, sold them at 37. One of my members sold it at 45, actually. Down to 15, 20 cents. No, not yet. Are we going to have a push at the end of the day, down or up? It looks like market's kind of rolling over to me, but you already did the trade. I don't think I need to do anything else. What else? Yeah, not much else. Not much else is going on. I have the positions that I want to have on. That's about it. And then we'll go through my 52-week list, find some stocks to buy, and then execute when they get to where they get to. That's about it, folks. Let's go to the front, answer some questions. Oh, never mind. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Not too many people are asking questions. What are you trading? Well, go to the community page of the YouTube channel and you'll see my positions. You'll see what I'm trading. I already talked about my position, so I'm not going to do it again. But yeah. So no more questions. All right, should we go day trade together? No. What else? Not much else. I think I'm out of bullets to talk. So I didn't even last an hour today. Holy crap. I mean, it's a slow day. It's a kind of sell-off, but we'll see. If you have questions, please put them up. Don't be shy, or grab the link. It's up there, and come on. I'll put you on. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. We can talk about general stuff if you guys want, but we're here for the markets. One of my members said, should we buy Apple? I'm like, he was saying, like, let's buy some calls on Apple 2x ETF. I'm like, do we need to? I don't know. Not really. I mean, I don't like falling knives. I can't. I'm not good at catching them. I shouldn't catch them anyway. Let's see. Let's see. What are they? How much are they? Apple. Gosh. Luis, I don't know, bro. Where is the 50 SMA on Apple? I don't know. Should be close. What? How's that possible? How's Apple's 50 SMA so much lower than its 50 EMA? That's wrong. Is it wrong? Gotta be wrong. How's that possible? What? 50 SMA? Is that 265? What is happening here? Something is wrong here. Okay. Moving average 50. Oh, that's exponential. It's a two. What? Okay, something is wrong here. Hold on a second, folks. Simple moving average 50 is 234. Is it? It is, yeah. 10 points lower? Something is wrong. Maybe not. Huh. Let me take a look. Okay. Okay. No, it is correct at 234. Holy shit. Oh, no, Luis. I mean, where were we? Do we apply the anemic balance? Where we need to stop here? Right there. We don't. All right, 10 points coming real quick on this. At maybe 200 SMA, I'll give it a shot. No, I don't want to do it. I'd rather not do it. Yeah, a lot of the Max 7 is just looking like shit. Looking like shit. Hood. I'd rather do Hood. I think we'll get a good bounce on Hood. And 2x ETF of Hood is Robin. Let me take a look at that. Let me take a look at Hood's 200 SMA. Yeah, that's more like it. I think we'll give it a crack at Hood. About 102, 103, 101, somewhere in that range. Those are important levels, folks. Robin is a 2x ETF of Hood. Obviously has just under 200 EMA because the slippage, or what do you call that? Volatility drag. Yeah, these 2x ETFs are killing people, man. But I'm in one, so I should know. Yeah, Hood, I think we can do that. How expensive are those? Let me see. Hmm. 46.50s. Yeah, by the time we get down to where we need to get down to, we may trade those. We may trade the Robin 50s or Hood. How expensive are Hoods? Hood like 110s or something. Yeah, same price. I'd rather trade it to XETF options. Okay, what is definitely on the radar? Hymns, I'll take a crack at 24. That's about it. What else? What else? Not much else. 68.22. Yeah, on SPX. Rocket Mortgages, one of my members said, is pulling back to 20 EMA. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, that's in the buy zone. 24 down to 21. Maybe a couple more points. MACD's turning down. I don't like that, but it's okay. Yeah, these pullbacks are to be bought on these stocks, unless we go into one of these. We'll make some money with this. We'll be patient. Old top was 2061, somewhere between 20 and 20 and a half. This is a buy. Okay, good point, Luis. I'm more interested shorting silver somehow, more than the ZSL, because that thing is just unbelievable. How though? Look into some, Hecla. Yeah, man, when they're parabolic and stuck in the upper band, it's just really tough to short these things. I've done it multiple times before, but just so strong. So strong. Some of them have reversed though, which is interesting to me. Like Majestic Silver, that's still up. EXK, Excalibur, or Endeavor Silver, that's still up. The only two are down is Pan American Silver. Yeah, I'm going to short silver itself. I don't think ZSL is going to go up anywhere. It's a $2 number. Even if silver corrects, it's going to go up 20%. 2x ETF, so 280. 20% is 40. It's going to go to 325. That's the problem with 2x ETFs. They go down hard. They don't go up enough. Maybe I can do a put debit spread on these. 80, 85. What? Oh, that's today's expiration. Never mind. February 85.75. 85s are $7. IV 72. Holy shit, for a silver. It's just so high. 85, 75s are $5. 2 for 1. No, actually, they're less than $5. Let me see. Da-da-da. 448. 2 for 1. No, I don't like 2 for 1. Just buy this straight up puts, bro. That's about it. Let's see if there's any put action happening. 80s are trading, 10,000 of them today. Calls are not trading as much. Actually, let me see. Yeah, calls are not trading as much. There's more action on the puts today. We'll have ZSL for now. I mean, that's going to turn into a massive percentage trade. Taking $1.05 on a $3, $2.80 ETF. What is that? So it's like 30%, 35% for 30 days. I mean, yeah, looks logical to me. We'll see. We'll find out. No rush. Just gotta wait. Wait for our turn. Wait for our turn. There were some other stocks actually that I wanted to buy in there. The 52-week high list. Actually, AMRZ was one. Yeah, that's kind of basing here. Affirm. That was up 3 in the morning. Oh shit, it's down now. Oh, never mind. Still decent chart. Lemonade chart is fantastic. It's just consolidating before it rips. All the other ones have ripped big time. Micron, SanDisk, Western Digital. Look at these. Wow. SanDisk's almost $500. Amazing. What a beautiful, beautiful chart. Gave you all this time for consolidation and doubled again after it doubled before. No, what doubled? More than doubled. What a move. From 60 to 280, then consolidates, and then, yeah, I think the move is about done though. Amazing. Beautiful. Okay. Let's look at some of the stocks. Alcoa is in there. Yeah, came down to 20 MA bounce. Yeah, I'm gonna aggressively trade these starting the first of the month. That one is just consolidating. AEIS. Yep. I was looking at AFAV. That almost made a 52-week high. It's just down to 200 EMA. That's a big ass move down. Oh, okay. Aero Environment. That's part of the ASTS group, right? Yeah. Rocket Lab, PL. I think we can trade the 400 in there on the other group bottoms. They're not that expensive. The stock moves 30 points a day, so actually they're reasonable. 400s are here. Yeah, we'll give it another day. It's kind of bouncing off the 50 EMA already. Okay. AAR, I mean, yeah. Ooh, Amcor up 4. I gave you the pullback yesterday. Yeah, gave you the pullback to 20 EMA. Remember, members, last week, what did I say? First pullback to 20 EMA, 80% probability. Yeah. Look at my consolidation list, what that's doing. You guys hopefully have different watch lists. Consolidation list, let's see. Archer is in there. Oh, no, still consolidating. AMRZ, I just put up. ASO. Yeah, that's consolidating. It's about to rip. Okay. Makes my life easier. CRS, Carpenter Technologies. That's just going to have a sick, stupid move. Earnings are coming out on that too. It's probably on the earnings. What are the earnings due? 129 next week. Well, after this kind of sideways. Yeah. Well, last earnings report, that stock went from 248 to 326 in 2 days. Maybe worth it. Let me take a look at like way out of the money. Not a lotto ticket exactly. Wow, they're expensive. Wow. 400s are like dollar. Probably I can pick them up at $1.75. Stock is 330. Yeah, that's gonna rip though. If the earnings are anything good. National Vision Holdings, that's gonna rip. CWK is in the list. Cushman and Wakefield, that's just we gotta get on that one, folks. Flow service breaking out. Yep, sure is. Who would have thought Gildan Activewear would be doing this? Okay. Oh, that did make it. Okay. That's something bad. Prologis. Yeah, alcohol doesn't look healthy. ST. Yeah, that's consolidating. That's about to break. Okay. Well, that's why I created this list, by the way. Toll Brothers is another one. Yep, same thing. Flagging. Wayfair. Pulling back to where it should be pulling back to. Okay. That's why you do these things, folks. Make your life easy. Make your life easy. Oh, 463. Oh my God, still down 20 cents. Jesus Christ. Oh, every time I look at it, it gives me a heebie-jeebies. It gives me a headache. Seriously. Seriously headache. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, 68.30. Where are the 68.50s? We got 2 hours to go. Today's expiration, 68.50s. They're probably like $2. I put an iron condor on. I think we found the bottom. Oh, maybe I should put an iron condor for the next 2 hours. Yep. Yep. 68.50s or no, they're $1.70. Okay. So we're at 68.30. How about we put on a 68. Let's take a look at it for a minute. This is SPX. Okay, so we will be safe with, I'm assuming, with this with yesterday's low. So that's 68.90. Okay, and I'm assuming we'll be safe with this one here, 68.60. 68.60. 67.90. Okay, 67.90. Sell the 90s, buy the 85. 15-cent credit, not enough. Okay, that's fine. And 69.60. 40 cents credit. How much is it going to cost me? Max loss 5. Is that reasonable? No. Regardless of what it costs me. It's going to cost me $2,300 to take in $200 for 2 hours, make about 9%. Max losses on 5 lots is $2,500. I mean, taking in 200 to potentially could lose 2,500 if one side gets disturbed. I won't let it happen won't get there, but no, not worth the risk reward. In the morning, this probably was okay. Not now. It's kind of quiet. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna say go have a cup of coffee. I made it to my hour. No questions today. Interesting. Maybe something wrong with the chat. I don't know. Anyway, folks, thanks for joining. I'll be back on Friday. Power Hour with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Every Monday, Wednesday, trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Please, if you're not subscribed, put a thumbs up and go subscribe. It's good stuff. Also, I issue a free newsletter, completely free, no attachments, nothing, no Discord. None of that bullshit. You have to go to my website for that. So my website is www. Let's take it. Looking down. That's the website. Go subscribe to the free newsletter. If you're new to investing or not, please go subscribe to the newsletter. You get one article about 4 or 5 minute read every Monday, 12 Pacific. It's free, 100% free. And you will learn a lot, especially if you're new. Oh, no, you're welcome, Doug. No, some days are quiet, some days are not. It's a quiet day, not much is going on. So, peace. Yes, Mike. You already drinking? Yeah, beer? Bro, it's 11. Well, 11, yeah, you could be drinking 11, I guess. I'll give you that. Anyway, so I'll see you guys on Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's see where the market ends up. I'll post my positions today. And go check it out on the community page of the YouTube channel. I don't think they're going to change by the end of the day, though. So, adios. Stay well. May all your longs skyrocket. May all your shorts tank. That's my wish for you all.